Hi guys, it's your girl Frida with another literacy tip. And so we've been doing a countdown, right? Because we're getting closer to winter break, but we're also getting closer to the new year. So I'm just counting down on best practices around literacy instruction in service of comprehension. So let's tackle a few things. You might say, well, Frida, what does in service of comprehension mean? Well, it pretty much means that anything that we do, you have to have an endpoint, right? You have to have a goal. Why are you doing it? So right now, I've also been like working out. I'm just giving you an example, like I would do scholars. So if I've been working out and wanting to get healthier, then I'm going to watch what I eat in service of getting healthier. Well, it's the same thing in the classroom. It's the same thing with instruction. Everything that you do, whether it's at the phonemic awareness level, that's like the sound letter level, or if it's the phonics level, that's where we put those sounds and letters together to make real words or nonsense words or high frequency words, or whether it's at the comprehension level, right? Where now we're looking at language comprehension. I'm looking at, do I understand what each sentence means in order to make sense of the full paragraph? In order to find the main idea, in order to locate the central idea, in order to understand why the author put this text together, in order to understand what am I supposed to get out of it, in order to understand what do I know about this particular topic, background knowledge, in order to make meaning of it all. Everything we do, every question we ask must be in service of comprehension. So I hope that helps you. So this year, you should have been getting a lot of information and trainings around what does it mean to prepare kids in service of comprehension. So although I'm all about literacy, I'm going to do a little math with you right now. And I'm going to post the image so you can see. There's something called the simple view of reading. And it's a formula. And as leaders and educators, and neurologists, we look at this formula and we look and see where does the scholar fall on the formula. So on one side, right, it says that if a scholar is able to pick up words, so if I'm able to read any word on sight, not a sight word, where we think of the, was, is, any word, because those are high frequency words. Any word on sight, whether it's the, what, is, stop, or cat, bat, sat, any word on sight, if I'm able to pick that up, but my language comprehension is low, meaning that I can pick up the words, but now when I read a particular text, I'm not able to make meaning. I don't understand the context. I don't understand why the author wrote the text. Then guess what? My reading comprehension is going to be low. So you have scholars who are able to read anything on sight, but because of that language comprehension gap, they're not able to make meaning of the overall text. So when you ask them, what did you just read? Tell me your understanding. What makes you think that? They get stuck. So then you have scholars who are struggling to pick up the words off the text, but their language comprehension is high. How do we know? Because if I have a scholar who's struggling to pick up the words, but if I read the text to them, they could pull out, oh, I know why the author did this. Oh, I know why, how this sentence is connected to that sentence. But them picking up the words is low. But they can do the language comp. Guess what? The reading comprehension is still going to be low because they don't have pick up the words as well as language comprehension. You need to have both in order to have strong reading comp, which means I am now making meaning in service of comprehension. So what do? Well, number one, we have to teach explicit phonics instruction so scholars are able to pick up those words, but we also have to do that higher level thinking for them through think alouds. So I just read this part of the text, and my understanding is making me think that the author probably wrote this text to inform me of how continents can vary, but they can also be similar, and why in my continent I might be experiencing XYZ. Now, a scholar, whether they could pick up the words or not, might not have that level of thinking yet because of their experience and their ability to dive deeper. But guess what? We do that deep thinking for them through think alouds, read alouds, and questioning. So, even if a scholar, why am I telling you this? Because even if a scholar is a struggling reader, it does not mean that we can't build up that language comprehension while also building up that decoding piece. And even if the scholar is a decoder, but they struggle in language comp, it does not mean that we can't build this up, their language comprehension, in order for them to become fluent comprehenders. You got to be able to do both, but in order to do both, you got to know you're doing it in service of comprehension. I hope that helps. Stay tuned for more tips as we count down the new year instruction style. Bye. Happy planning.